Maybe something like, oh, I'm thinking something like this. The color is processing on my shirt and it looks really, really good. So I'm really, really excited. Hello, beautiful dreamers, and welcome back to Life of a Dreamer. My name is Darian Wright. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. So we have an exciting video today because it is my 2-year Locaversary. Can y'all believe that it has been 2 years since I installed these beautiful babies on my head? Y'all have been following along on this journey for 2 years, if you have been following along. I don't really have much of an update because, like I said on my first year update, it is what it is. The hair's thriving and doing what she needs to do. And not much has changed since the day that I installed them. But I did want to show y'all how I colored my hair and how I got this beautiful color, which you can't really see because it's kind of gloomy and rainy outside. But I want to show y'all how I did it and bring y'all along on that journey and give y'all a little update and answer any questions that you still may have, because I know I have some new people following me and they have like a lot of questions. So stay tuned if you want to find out all that goodness and see how I got this beautiful color. And let's get into it. So I am getting ready to go. I got some errands to run today, and one of those errands being going to the beauty supply store to get some hair dye. So let's go. So I used, I think, sizzling copper when I first installed my locks, and I used, I think, like a 20 volume developer. And this last time that I dyed my hair, I used, I think, this blonde. Yeah, I think I used this blonde color that had a little bit of warm tones in it. And then I put the rinse on top. Which one? I think I used Cajun Spice and Intense Red, because the Cajun Spice was like super, super orange. And I thought it would be a little bit more, I guess, cinnamon. I don't know what I was thinking. So then I put the Intense Red on top. I probably should have done paprika to kind of balance it out. And I should have just went with the actual color. Maybe something like, oh, I'm thinking something like this. Or this is really pretty. I should have just went ahead and did that instead of doing blonde and then putting color on top. So yeah, I'm gonna decide which one. See if they have any more coppers. I've always been a Cream of Nature hair dye kind of girl, but these Dark and Lovelies look really nice. Ooh, this Rich Auburn. This might be it. Okay, let's see. Okay, put this up here. Ooh. Oh no. Maybe I'll just get one of each. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. All right, so now I am about to start mixing the color up, but first I'm going to section my hair out so that when the color is mixed, I can just start going in and using it instead of wasting that time, so I can get as much time as I need to apply it and then let it sit and process. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm just going to part it all the way down the middle, and then I'm going to part each section down the middle as well, and just clip that up out of the way. Just like that, and let's get to mixing this color. If you've never dyed your hair with a box color, they all pretty much come with the same things. You're going to get your gloves, your cream developer, the actual color that you add to the developer, and since I have 2 different colors, I'm just going to unscrew the developer and I'm going to go back and forth between mixing the different colors, try to get it in equal amounts in both bottles of developer. It's not super complicated, but I did want to show y'all in case y'all were wondering how I was going to get the color that I wanted out of 2 different boxes. You can also do the option of just mixing them separately and applying as you want, but this is the way that I chose to do it. And once all the color is added to the developer, once you put the top back on, it does tell you in the directions to cut the tip off before you start shaking up the color to mix it up, because that chemical reaction has started, and if you try to cut that tip off of the bottle afterwards, all that gas is going to be built up and it's basically going to erupt like a volcano on you. So before you start shaking, make sure that you cut the tips of the bottle off, and then you're good to go once the color is mixed up. All right, so now that the color is mixed, I'm gonna start putting it on my hair. I usually like to start from the front and work my way to the back. And as I'm working it through, I also like to take like individual strands and just kind of go up higher. That's just gonna give it a little bit of dimension so that I don't just have like one line of like color on my ends all the way down. I like to mix it up a little bit and make it look like a little blended in. So let's get started. So I wanted to walk y'all through my process. We're gonna speed through it a little bit because it's pretty simple. It's not very scientific or complicated in any way, but I wanted to kind of walk y'all through it. So as you can see, I am just squeezing the dye right onto my ends and just kind of mushing it in and working it in with my hands. That is because I want the ends very saturated with color, so I like to focus on that first. It's just always how I've done my hair. I've never used the brush or anything like that, even when I was a loose natural, because there wasn't really a need to. So I'm just going to work this dye through my hair. I got some music going on in the background that I won't be playing for copyright reasons. But yeah, I'm just working it through my ends. I want to get those as saturated as I can before I start moving up a little bit toward the root. Like I said, that's just my process. I like to kind of give it a little bit of dimension. I just want to kind of work it up and take more time as I work it up. So I just want to get that down the ends as fast as I can. And as y'all can see, that hair dye is coming out a very beautiful plum, royal purple, burgundy, magenta. I don't know what to call it, but it is gorgeous. And I know when I first started dyeing my hair, this used to scare me because I thought the dye would be the color that I was putting on my hair. But yeah, that's a chemistry thing that I don't understand. I just know it comes out the way we want it to come out, no matter what it looks like in the bottle. When I get to the back sections of my hair, my three-way mirror definitely comes in handy. Y'all, that thing is a godsend when you're doing your hair, or even when you're not doing your hair, if you're cutting your hair, or just if you need to see the back of your head. That thing comes in handy. It's definitely worth having, whether you do your own hair or not. Because, you know, sometimes you might need to see the back of your head. You need to see what's going on. But I just clip the hair out of the way, especially when I get to the back, because I need to see everything that's going on. I want to make sure my hair looks just as nice in the back as it does in the front, because that would be terrible. I wouldn't be able to see it, but other people would. So I just take my time in the back and make sure I get it good and saturated. Once the ends are completely saturated the way I like, I slowly start to move up, adding a little bit more hair dye and also the hair dye on my gloves, and just kind of drag it over those, just to kind of give it like a nice little gradient look. My little DIY gradient ombre. And I also like to go in and just one by one kind of saturate each lock. And this actually took a lot of time, way more time than it should have, but it is what it is. I'm very particular about how I want things to turn out, so I'm gonna take that time and get the outcome that I want. I've always been that way. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it, 100%. I wanted to give y'all an update after having these DIY Microlocs for 2 years, but honestly, there is not much of an update. Really what I'm looking forward to in my hair right now is just it getting longer. I've noticed how much fuller it's gotten, how thicker it's gotten, and I didn't notice until I looked back at pictures from when I first installed them, and they're so thick and they're so full, and I am just in love with them. I'm obsessed with my hair, I really am, and now I'm just looking forward to it getting longer. My ends are still not fully locked, and they won't be locking because I do untwist them and retwist them when I need to. I love that curly end look, so I will be keeping that, like I said before. And my hair is not fully locked, and I don't really mind that. I know some people want their hair to be fully locked within a year or two. That doesn't really matter to me. I'm just enjoying my hair and enjoying this journey every step of the way. I'm just going with the flow, and I'm loving it so far. All right, y'all, I don't know if y'all can tell, but my hair is drenched. I went through and did the individual pieces, which took way longer than it needed to take. So I'm going to put my plastic cap on and maybe let it process for about 20, maybe 30 more minutes, because like the application took a really long time. But yeah, this is what we're looking like. I don't know if y'all can see that well. And then this side. So yeah, hopefully y'all can see that the color is processing on my shirt and it looks really, really good. So I'm really, really excited. So I'm gonna let this process under the cap, and then I'm gonna rinse it out and check in with y'all later. So one thing I have to mention is I was a diehard Cream of Nature girl. I always, for years, even when my hair was loose, always used Cream of Nature dyes to dye my hair, and I got so many compliments on them. Loved it, still love it, but I couldn't find the color that I wanted when I went to the beauty supply store, so I decided to try the Dark and Lovely. And y'all, the amount of product in each box is crazy. So y'all saw I got the 2 boxes of color just to mix the color in, but I usually get 2 or more just because my hair is so thick. And honestly, I probably only needed the 1, but I wouldn't have been able to get the color that I wanted. But yeah, there was so much hair dye left over. I saturated my hair as much as I could, and now I have on the moisture mask, or the like conditioner moisture mask that they have in it. It has shea butter, vitamin E, sunflower oil, and it's paraben free. Y'all, this little tube has my hair saturated, and there was still more left in the tube. I squoze out as much as I could, but yeah, it's a lot left. So I'm gonna keep this because my hair feels amazing right now with this on it. So I'm gonna keep this in case I need like another moisture mask down the line, just a good little deep conditioner. But yeah, I am loving this stuff, and this is in no way sponsored. I'm just really impressed with this Dark and Lovely color, and I kind of wish I had been using it sooner. Like, the color options are awesome, and they were the closest that I wanted to get the color that I wanted, so that's why I went with this one. But yeah, my hair feels amazing. It doesn't feel hard or anything like that, damaged. So yeah, I might become a Dark and Lovely girl, and I never thought I'd say that because I have always just used Cream of Nature forever. So yeah, it's just a family thing. My mom and my grandparents, everybody used Cream of Nature, so I just went with what I knew. But this Dark and Lovely is like, it's something. So let me go rinse out this mask, and I'm just going to do a normal little braid out, and I will check in with y'all tomorrow. Bye. All right, beautiful people, so we are back, and this is how my hair turned out. It's actually pretty gloomy right now, so y'all can't see like how bright and vibrant it is, even with my lights and everything. I don't want to blow y'all out, but I will of course insert some clips of how my hair is looking in the natural light. I am obsessed how this color turned out. It worked out so well. I had a vision, and I'm glad I went with it, because I feel like if I had went with either the more orange version or the more red version, it wouldn't have been exactly what I wanted, and I'm just so happy with what I have. So yeah, I will definitely be doing this again when it's time to refresh the color, because this is like so perfect. In the sunlight, it's really vibrant, but I didn't want anything too crazy. I am super excited about how this turned out. So yeah, if y'all had any questions about how I dye my hair, I literally just use a box color. And if I can't find the exact color I want, I will mix colors together. My mom used to do hair, so I know all about professional color and all that kind of stuff, but I am very much a DIY girl. I don't want to have to rely on somebody to like mix my color, and I can only get it from them. I don't want to have to make an appointment. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So I have always dyed my hair this way since I was old enough to dye it. And like I said, I love I love the products, and I love everything that came in the Dark and Lovely. This wasn't even going to be like a review of the hair dye. This was just gonna be me dyeing my hair, but I loved it so much. And again, this is not a sponsored video, but I loved it so much. Like, I can't rave enough about them. So other than the length of my hair and the thickness and the fullness of my hair over having these Microlocs for 2 years, nothing has really changed that much. I love my hair more and more each day. I am obsessed with it. I'm so happy I made this decision. Every one of my Microloc videos, I say I am happy that I made the decision. It's the best thing I've ever done for my hair. It's everything. It's changed my life in so many ways. It's easy to maintain. I feel so like there's just a peace that I feel. I used to really stress over like what to do with my hair. If I knew I had something coming up, I had to pre-plan like my wash day and how long it would take for my hair to dry and how I was going to do this and that to style it. And it's just like, the amount of freedom and just confidence it's given me. I've always been a very confident person, but it's boosted it even more. And I know people are like, oh, I'm not my hair. I could lose my hair today and be fine. And that's true. I definitely would be fine, but I love my hair. And everybody that knows me knows that I love my hair. It's like, it's my crown. It's my like favorite thing in the world. So yeah, I have just had an amazing journey this past 2 years. So since there's not much of an update, I would like to answer some questions for y'all. And